In this video, we're going to talk about 2D animation in PIXLR. Now, of course, this is a basic animation that we can develop in PIXLR because we are running this directly in the browser, so we cannot expect too much complexity and special effects. But we can do something, for example, create a small video or a small animation, GIF animation. So let's see a couple of examples. Now this one here, it's a kind of composition that we set up in the previous video. So once you finish to set up an entire composition like this, which contains images, raster images and vector graphics, texts and so on, you can convert this into an animation real quick. And this is a really handy feature in PIXLR. So what you need to do is just click on this animation button here. It's gonna open up the animation panel, or you can also go from up here and click here and open up the animation panel. If you want, you can dock this here in the right side of the screen, and just by rolling over these different types of animations, you can see here different results. So if you like one of these, you can just apply and then the job is done. So now every single element will be animated. Now you can animate the whole composition, or you can go layer by layer. So if you close this and go into the layers panel, you can see here that this text has a animation which is only for this one here. So if I go to animation and open up the panel again, you can see it has its own animation. So it's not like the other elements. And what you can do here is define an entry animation and also a middle or scene animation, and also here an exit. So if I delete everything, you can see here I have enter, scene and exit. So for example, for enter, I want to use grow. So I click here and this is gonna be my grow animation. I can slow it down or increase the speed right here. And this is gonna tell me also the total of the duration. So if I decrease the speed, I'm gonna increase the duration. And this is fixed, so I cannot edit this. But if I go into the middle point here and select another one, for example, the flip, now you can see that here I can define a duration, so I can increase it, make it slower or faster and so on. I can also use this if I want. And you can also set it here the time between the repeats and how many times you want to repeat it and so on. So you can just play around with these animation tools. And then we have exit. So let's say that it's gonna shrink until it disappears. So when you finished, that's it. You have created a pretty, well, I don't want to say complex, but let's say entertaining animation. But of course, you don't have those tools that you have like in After Effects or like video editing software. If you want those, you need to switch to something, of course, more professional. Just remember that right now you're just running this on your browser, so it has its own limitations. So you can do this for every layer and create a really complex composition, and then when you finish, you can go to File, Export, to Save, and save it as an animation. So this could be a GIF, and you can include also the hidden layers, you can loop the animation, and you can define the speed and the size. And when you're ready, you click Save As, and you save it in your computer. It's gonna appear like a GIF. So it's gonna, let's save this, gonna overwrite. This is the progress bar, so it's gonna take a little bit. It's not a single image, but it's gonna render out different frames. So you need to be patient. And when it's ready, you can just use the picture editor in Windows. So I'm going to open up the window where I saved the file. So it's gonna be this one here. Okay, and then you can just double click there and play it out here in Windows. Well, you can also use GIF animations for social networks or web design, web graphics, and so on. Now, the other option is to export a video or save a video. So I'm gonna just move into another file here, And you can see I have created an animation here. If I want to play back the animation, I can go also here and press play. And if it doesn't work, we can just go here and play it from the panel. You can see I've done pixelate and then a jiggle and then a grow. Well, yeah. So don't expect too much performance, but I think these are like a little bit experimental yet, but I think they're gonna be better in the future. And well, let's finish here with exporting or saving an Mp4. Now, the only thing you need to know here is that you have the frame rate, so you can decide how many frames you want in a single second of animation. So this is the lowest point. Now, if you intend to manage this into a, let's say, video editing or video montage application like Premiere Pro or Final Cut and so on, you can increase the number of frames so you can have more, well, you can play more with the frames, with the time and the speed in this other software. And here you can also change the size again, and that's it. You don't have many choices. You cannot choose like the format or the compression and so on. So you just go there, you save it, save this as a video, and perhaps you can create more and more videos, not just one, and then use another software like Shotcut or another video editing software to create a montage of different images and animations and text and so on. So this will be all for this video, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please subscribe to the channel. If you want to give us a little support, you can join the channel as a supporter so that we can create more video guides and more courses about similar application. You already can go in the channel and search for graphic design or web design or 3D if you want. For example, you cannot create 3D animation here in PIXLR, but you can do it in Blender or other software. So just look for it in the channel. You can also write your questions and suggestions in the comments. So this will be all. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.